Hi, good morning students. Welcome to the social online class. We are studying the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means the water bodies, the water present on the earth. That's what we study in hydrosphere. We studied about oceans and now we come to study the salinity of oceans. And in the salinity of oceans in the last class we found how ocean water became saline and what is the average salinity of the oceans. What is the average salinity of the ocean water? The average salinity of the ocean water is 35 parts per 1000 parts. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, in today's class we are going to discuss the temperature of the ocean water. Temperature of the ocean water. How hot or cold is the ocean water? That's what we are going to discuss now. We know compared to land, the ocean water, the temperature of the ocean water has no much variations. The land has wide variations. Land may become very hot sometime and it also may become very cold sometime. So extremity is there on the land. But in ocean such extremities we cannot see. Is the temperature is not varying very much. Only small variations are there, but these small variations affect very much what? The climate of a particular region. You might have heard about two phenomena called El Nino and La Nino. Two phenomena which affect the climate of India. Sometimes in the news channels we have heard this news that because of the El Nino effect, this time we get less rainfall. So what is this El Nino? Other one is La Nino. What is meant by El Nino effect? The word El Nino means warm ocean current. Warm ocean current. That is the correct meaning, we can say. Because it happens in the Pacific Ocean. We know that the equator passes through the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Equator passes there means this area receives high amount of solar energy. When high amount of solar energy comes into a particular area continuously, that area becomes very hot. When it becomes very hot, we know that as there is much water in the ocean, the water becomes hot. So the hot water, because of the winds, the wind pushes the water to one side. Because of the trade winds, the hot water moves towards the west from east. When it reaches near the eastern side of Asia and Australia, the area there becomes very warm, high evaporation. Because of high evaporation, the water vapor rises up into the air and form clouds, and these clouds cause heavy rainfall in these regions. So these movements of what? Ocean water, warm ocean current is called El Nino phenomena. The opposite is La Nino phenomena. So La Nino phenomena is like that. Sorry, El Nino phenomena. In El Nino phenomena, what happens is the warm ocean water moves towards the eastern side and cause heavy rainfall on America and South American coast. So El Nino goes to east only, not west. La Nino comes to the causes the warm ocean current to move towards the eastern side of Asia and Australia. It happens when the cold ocean current, the cold ocean water pushes the warm water to eastern side. That phenomenon is called La Nina. La Nina means cold ocean current. Because of this, the climate of a particular region is affected. That's it. Especially India and other regions which fall in the tropical regions are affected by these changes in the Pacific Ocean. We may not get the rainy winds into our land. Instead, these rainy winds go to the areas where this warm ocean current is present, because in these areas, the atmospheric pressure will be less. Because of the warm current, there the air becomes hot and rises up and create a low pressure there. To that region, from high pressure areas, the air will move to that region and causing heavy rainfall in those regions. And the southwest monsoon wind which has to come into our mainland, because in the summer season, our mainland area becomes very hot and develops low pressure. But because of the low pressure that is developed in the Pacific Ocean, the wind moves there and we lose our rainfall. That is called the El Nino and La Nina effect. Now, we come to the temperature of the ocean water. Generally, the temperature of the ocean water varies from -2 degrees C to 29 degrees C. -2 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius horizontally. -2 degrees C means where the water is in the form of ice. We know that in the Arctic region, the ocean is changed into ice. And there the average temperature is -2 degrees C. And when we come to the equatorial region, there the temperature is 29 degrees C. And if we measure the temperature vertically means from the top layer to the bottom layer, we can see that the temperature varies. How? First 1 kilometer, the temperature falls steeply. Steeply means for every meter, the temperature falls up to 1 kilometer. After 1 kilometer, the next 5 kilometers down, the temperature decreases steadily. Steadily means a particular degree, it varies from place to place. A particular degree of temperature falls for 5 kilometers steadily without changing. That means for every meter it is not changing. Up to 5 kilometers, the same amount of temperature is decreasing. After that, below that, there is a steady temperature 2 degrees C. That means at the bottom of the ocean, the temperature is 2 degrees C. That is the temperature at the bottom of the ocean. So like that, the vertical distribution of temperature. Yes. Now, ocean currents are there. Ocean currents which affect the temperature of a particular region. Ocean currents. What is meant by ocean currents? Ocean currents means general movements of mass of ocean water. General movement of a mass of ocean water in a fairly defined direction over great distance. A mass of water, large amount of water in the ocean moves in a particular direction fairly defined direction over great distance to a long distance. That kind of movement is called a ocean current. These ocean currents are also called ocean rivers. What are called ocean rivers? The ocean currents are also called ocean rivers. What is meant by ocean rivers? The general movement of a mass of ocean water in a particular direction to a long distance is called a ocean river or ocean current. Yes. Ocean currents are two types. One is called warm ocean current, the other is called a cool ocean current. How many types of ocean currents are there? Two types. Which are they? Warm ocean current and cold ocean current. Okay. Warm ocean currents, where is the water warm? The water is warm at the equatorial region. From there, the water flows towards the polar region. So the warm ocean currents is from equatorial region to polar region. That is the distance, that is the direction. And in the polar region, how is the water? Is it hot or cold? In the polar regions, the water is cold. The cold water, the cool water flows from the polar region to the equatorial region. So this is the direction of warm ocean current and cool ocean current. What is the direction of the warm ocean current? From equator to poles. What is the direction of the cool ocean current? From the poles to equator. That's it. Now, on the basis of the speed of the ocean current also, we can name them. On the basis of speed, the fast ocean currents are called streams. The water current, the ocean water, which the current which flows very fast is called a stream. If the flow is slow, it is called a drift. So on the basis of speed, we can call an ocean current, a fast ocean current, as a stream. And we can call a slow ocean current as a drift. So like that, ocean currents are named with its speed also. Usually these names only we read in the maps and all. Okay. Next, what causes ocean current? What causes ocean current? Ocean current ki karanam endi? Karanarevi. That's the question. There are several points. The first one is centrifugal force. In physics, you study about two forces which are called centrifugal force and centripetal force. What is meant by centrifugal force? If you take a disc and move it around, usually there is a tendency of the things you kept on the disc to move outwards, and in some cases the things moves inwards. So this movement, inward movement, is called centrifugal. Means that which pushes the things towards the center is called centrifugal force. And in some moments the things are moved away. The forces push them away. Sometimes they fall out of this disc. These kinds of movements are called centripetal force. So these two forces are there. In the case of ocean water, centrifugal forces are working. As a result, the ocean currents are caused. That means the water is pushed to the center, like that. Second, effects of winds. The winds also push the ocean water. It is said that the frictional movement, the frictional gliding of the wind pushes the surface water from one area to another area. So the winds causing movement of surface water. Like that also ocean currents take place. It is said that the water is dragged along the wind direction. To which direction the wind is moving, to that direction the water is dragged. Again, wind speed. Wind speed is very important factor in pushing or dragging the water away. It is calculated that 50 miles per hour wind, a wind which has a speed of 50 miles per hour, makes gives the water current speed 0.75 miles per hour. That means if the wind has a speed of 50 miles per hour, that wind can push the water 0.7 miles away within an hour. So winds make a ocean current such a way. Another one is precipitation. What is precipitation? Precipitation means heavy rainfall at equator regions. Because it is very hot in the equator regions, there is heavy amount of evaporation, high rate of evaporation. This high rate of evaporation causes the formation of clouds above the equatorial region. These clouds, when rises up into the sky, becomes cool and fall down as rainfall. So throughout the year, 365 days, there is heavy rainfall in the equatorial region. So when there is heavy rainfall, that means a large amount of water is coming onto the equatorial region. From here, the water is flowing towards the North Pole and the South Pole. So that is the effect of precipitation. Then solar energy. Solar energy means the heat of the sun. The heat of the sun. It is said that when the water is heated up, it expands. When the water becomes hot, it expands. When water expands, it is said that at the equatorial region, the water level is 8 centimeters higher than the water level at the middle region. When compared to the middle region, at the equatorial region, the water level is 8 centimeters high. And there is a tendency, the water flows from a high area to low area. Automatically this water will move to the middle area. Like that, the air current takes place. Other factors which influence ocean current are salinity. Salinity, we know, already we studied, salinity is different. In some area it is less saline, in some area it is very thickly saline. Again, density of differences of salinity is very important. Melting of ice in the polar region. Melting of ice in the polar region also cause water flow from the polar region to equatorial regions. Like that, ocean currents take place because of these reasons. Now, ocean as a resource. Ocean as a resource. From the ancient times, people depended on oceans for their life. Especially, most life on the earth is underwater only. More life is there under the water than on the land. And human beings depended on these oceans. They have identified so many lives from the water, but they mainly depend on ocean for their food and livelihood. They collect food in the form of fish and salt. They eat and give others and get money. That's why livelihood. Livelihood means earn money for the living by selling something to others. Also, we use sand, gravel, etc. from the ocean. These are used for constructing our houses. We also extract, we also take out minerals like chlorine, fluorine, iodine, etc. from ocean water. These are very necessary for our body. Also, ocean water is used for generating power, to produce electricity also, to produce current also. We use ocean waves. And there is mineral oil under the ocean bed. Mineral oil, petroleum. To take petroleum from the continental shelves. We read it already. Petroleum is there. We take petroleum also from there. Gems and pearls are there in the ocean. Gems and pearls, very precious stones. These also are there in the ocean. And oceans, on the shore of the oceans only many civilizations are formed and developed. And in the early times, people traveled across the oceans to different places. Thus, they connected the worlds, oceans connected the worlds. But nowadays, ocean has become a victim to, has fallen victim to our exploitation. Because we exploit the ocean very much. Exploit means we take away the resources of the ocean in large quantity, like whales. We hunt down the whales, and the whales are now becoming extinct. The number of whales decreased very much in the ocean. They are disappearing. Also, we dump our wastes, our plastic and other forms of wastes into the oceans only, creating so much problems. It is said that from the stomach of a fish, many kilos of plastic were taken out. Like that, plastic has become a menace not only to the land living animals but also for the sea living animals. So our reckless use of these things, our wasting or our polluting mentality should be changed to protect our oceans and water resources. Otherwise, we will have to face serious water problems in the near future. Okay, read this lesson more times. Watch this video at least 3 times while reading it. Then you will get more knowledge. It will be helpful for learning this, understanding these things. Okay, also answer the questions I will send you. Thank you.